There we go. Thank you, Sonic Screwdriver. Yay! And everyone, welcome to the Sakura Matsuri. Thank you so much for coming out. And look at that enormous zombie horde we have coming in through the back. Everyone just rushing in. And that's going to show your love through the horde. Yes, I got a line. The cherry blossom festival, the Sakura Matsuri, in that weird other language called not what you speak. My name's Uncle Yo. I'm a geek-specific stand-up comedian.
You thought about that before you said it.
I'm a geek-specific stand-up comedian, which means I go around to conventions, video game conventions, Japanese anime manga conventions, comic book conventions, and I only talk about the things that interest me. And my parents are still trying to figure out where they went wrong. I'm not going to tell them. I couldn't figure it out. Yes. We had about 50 of these yesterday. And I personally want to thank all the little ankle gnawers out there for teasing in your murderous rage today. It's down to like maybe 20. Oh. So here's my Hannibal Lecter impression. All the murderous rage of all the children are just running around, you're eating and you're falling and you're attacking because it's there. Which makes me wonder, like, maybe that's what we should do with Afghanistan. You know, a bunch of toddlers, give them a bunch of Pop Rocks and Chuck E. Cheese tokens and say, that is yours. Don't play with it. Destroy. Oh, no. Well, I say for next year we get a ball pit and a gladiator ring and we just have an auction. Sweet! As long as it's a charity, there's not going to be a problem. Because toddlers are better than gladiators. They don't know when their opponent is down. I wonder what's inside of you. No, that's what you have younger siblings.
Oh, yeah.
You probably have the bite marks to prove it.
Got that right.
Where's that 6-year-old heckler from yesterday? I am ready with him. I've got a bunch of R.L. Stein Goosebumps jokes for him. I've dated myself. Okay, that's not gonna work. Oh, hi, little one. So not young, still too young to like Justin Bieber, but still too old to like Twilight. I'll find something for you. I'm really fascinated with that one. Little one. Yeah. So I've noticed there's not nearly enough Pokemon cosplayers going around. I miss the Pokemon. So, all right, well, I got one. Thanks. Where do you guys stand on the Pokemon black or white thing? Did you choose black or white? So, I chose Pokemon Obama. I played it safe. I was hoping for a change. I didn't want to seem like a supremacist or confused. I just went right down in the middle. Because in my day, you had Pokemon Blue or Red. But you actually had black and white because those were the only colors the Game Boy could do.
Yeah.
But they came out now. I'm amazed with that. The Japanese came out with a Poke Walker, which is, it looks like a Pokeball, but you strap it to your waist. And what it does is it keeps track of all your walking, and it uses that to level up your little Pokemon, like your little Tamagotchi, little digital friend that you have around your waist. So the Japanese have this great idea to take an addictive video game and make it physically active. That's the height of video game engineering right there. The height of American engineering was taking a Pokewalker and start kicking them to ceiling fans and Little League soccer players. We are Americans. We have a bacon and cheese sandwich between 2 fried chicken breasts. And I tried Japan. You can't make us sin. I'm blown away. That's like video games are now active. The Wii, the PS3, the Kinect, you are now dancing and you're getting thin playing video games, which defeats the whole purpose of playing video games. Social events for the whole family. Like, see them in retirement homes, they're like, no, you guys should be yelling at me for having video games. Why are you better at bowling than I am? In the old days, I prayed for a Sega Genesis, so I wouldn't have to interact with my family on Christmas Eve. Open it up, I am so happy. Angels are singing. All right, now put on pants because Grandma's coming over for dinner. Good for her. Sonic the Hedgehog and I got to take the marbles out. Not in the basement for this one. It's basically every video game you've ever played looks like this from your TV's perspective. We've all to do.
Imagine that, watching dead people. Nice.
That's why I'm a bad babysitter. I make an awesome GM.
Sweet.
But I mainly do a lot of conventions, and especially like an anime or a video game convention. It's basically a weekend of a couple thousand people trying to convince the other couple thousand people that they're famous. You probably haven't heard of me because you don't live in my bedroom. Everyone's ready to just show off their fame. You know, I have a blog. I write fanfics. I make buttons. I make an abridged series. What do you make at conventions? Money.
Nice.
I've been traveling around a lot, as always. It's part of the Stand Canadian thing, and this is the closest I get to talking about traveling. Y'all are too old for me to make the Totoro cat bus joke anymore. So I'm going to talk about my time in the city of Pittsburgh, City. I love going to Pittsburgh mainly because I start laughing as soon as I get off the plane. Because in Pittsburgh, they have 3 statues that welcome you in the Pittsburgh International Airport. They have a statue of a young 20-something George Washington, because he started his illustrious military career with a battle just outside Pittsburgh. They have the great Franco, who still has one of the greatest catches in NFL history. So you have a president, a Steeler, but as soon as you go down, there's a full replica of the skeleton of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. So there's like a dinosaur museum somewhere in Pittsburgh. I don't know, but you've got a president, a Steeler, and a dinosaur. And if that's not a lineup for Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I don't know what is. This is why I was so excited. When Disney bought Marvel last year, we were all terrified. Like, Disney was just going to walk into Marvel Comics and ruin everything. Like, the Punisher can no longer use guns. The MCU's like, Nerf. But that's not a bad thing, because Disney also partly owns my favorite game, Kingdom Hearts. One of my... If Disney owns Marvel, they can pull that in so that your party in Kingdom Hearts 3 can be Sora, Wolverine, and Deadpool. Make the game good.
Yeah.
Oh, Deadpool. Deadpool wanders around Marvel Comics the way that Bill Murray walks through the Ghostbusters movies, basically. Not gonna lie. And I do love the fact that everyone is around. They've got the parasols. I hope you enjoy the Ichi para dancing. There's a lot of fun that you have in Japan. We've got the parasols. We've also got the maids wandering around, and that's part of another subculture in Japan. It's the loli. The loli is adorable. He's everywhere in anime right now. With the Italians, with the Black Buzzers. Basically everything that Japan now has something. You can't tell if it's 13, but you still don't want to put your hands on it. And it's stripped like a cupcake fashion show, basically. Like it's raiding Strawberry Shortcake's entire wardrobe. But it gives way to the yaoi fangirls.
Why
did you stop them all? If your parents ask you about it on 4chan. But it's weird, like, I didn't have the young, screaming fangirls running around the conventions back in my day. Back in my day, the big anime at the time was Dragon Ball Z. The show ever. You can't tell there is anything remotely homosexual about Dragon Ball Z, because Dragon Ball Z is about a bunch of muscly, oiled-up, shirtless guys ripping off their shirts and glowing pink and glowing yellow and playing volleyball with blue balls and flying around fisting one another and putting on matching earrings because their 15-year-old sons were fusing together and experimenting.
Kind of big. You've been watching.
Also, ball is in the title. Well, take that, child. I hope you enjoy that. So I follow a bunch of fictitious characters on Twitter. It's time to do some more updated, some brand new anime Twitter feeds.
Woo!
So those of you that are fans of Black Butler, both of you. Both of you. Sebastian from Twitter is excited to learn how to work the sport because now he can stab and scoop. Any of you are fans of One Piece? One of my favorite characters on that Chopper is currently battling Santa Claus. Donald Duck is currently... I'm really surprised he was able to spell that out. Google auto-check didn't stop that at all. Dr. Horrible is currently moved off Broadway with a flamethrower. I'm calling Rukia from Bleach, but she got kidnapped again. Three of Italian cosplayers. Germany is currently invading Poland from behind.
Oh! Hey!
The Netherlands is watching that from above, and Italy is watching that from below.
Oh my God! Oh, Oh no.
The best birthday ever.
The situation is currently grating cheese on his ass. I gotta admit, I was very surprised following the situation on Twitter. I didn't know he was literate. None of us were. But again, you know what? I have no concept of transitions. Back to Pittsburgh. Right as soon as you leave the Pittsburgh International Airport, there are two signs, two ways you can take the highway. One sign says towards Pittsburgh, and another says toward a town called Moon. M-O-O-N. So if you go wrong way, one way, go into space. I rather think that's interesting, because if you go the wrong way on the highway, you go into a barren wasteland that can't support human life. And on the other option, you've got the moon.
Nice.
I say that because I have too many friends and family out there. There we go. That's off now. Another big thing that we have in anime, big fan of those, are the giant robots.
Oh my god,
What I learned about the giant robots is the giant robots are basically powered by teenagers screaming at them. Like, what system are they running under?
What system are you running under?
To me, I always thought that Voltron would run under Mac. Because Voltron is made of 5 colored lines that are exactly the same colored line to get the exact same thing every time. But they're just different colors is the only thing that you get to swap out. Also, like a Mac, Voltron does not work well with anything else. Another giant robot in front of Voltron will destroy it. Which will simply eliminate the competition. Like a Mac, you put anything else inside of a Mac, it will burn you. It will burn you with actual fire.
It's my nightmare. Desktop publishing.
Gundam is one of my favorite franchises of Gundam. I thought they ran Linux because they work. Yeah. Other favorite robot, of course, Gurren Lagann. There you go. Someone else over 30 is staring. He looks so nice in a tie. I hope he talks about Betamax and the Atari.
Oh my god.
I was driving my wheel buggy the other day with my rickshaw. Gurren Lagann is one of my favorite shows. It's about robots drilling other robots.
Really?
With drills. Obviously, like the dentist of all giant robots. But Gurren Lagann is fantastic. Whenever they come across a new foe, they simply make more drills. If something is drill-proof, they make a bigger drill. If it can't be hit by a drill, they make more drills. The ultimate male mentality. It's like when you call someone and you get voicemail, so what do you instantly do? You try calling them again. Like in the old days when the TV didn't work, you hit it until it did work. You can't do that with TVs nowadays. You can just throw the remote through it, crack it, you buy a new TV, problem solved. Male mentality. It works. You have the glass bottle in your hand.
10
minutes will go by. You didn't think to grab the plastic squeeze. No, I can do this. This is the ultimate battle of will. Man versus ketchup. It's never man versus food. It's always ketchup. I don't care. We have 3-dimensional cameras. We have men walking on the moon. Give me a glass bottle that can actually squirt ketchup, and I'm happy with that. But Gurren Lagann is fantastic because it just goes over the top. The robots get bigger until they start conquering battleships, and then they jump up and they start merging with the moon until the robots are the size of galaxies. Because it's Japan. That really is its own punchline. Back when America was afraid of nuclear attacks from giant lizards, they were afraid... Back when America was afraid of giant nuclear attacks from the Russians, I completely botched that joke. Let's move on. There's a concept called jumping the shark, in which a show goes a completely different direction you ever prayed it would. Like if halfway through Golden Girls, it just became the set of Lost. One of them is murdering all the others, and it's Betty White. Who will be the only one? Betty White, the Highlander. Basic writers get to work. That's called jumping the shark. When a show just gets too ridiculous for you to watch anymore. And Gurren Lagann did not jump the shark. Gurren Lagann tamed the shark, threw it into a Pokeball, befriended the shark, had it gather a bunch of more friends, strapped it together, duct taped them together, and had them pull a giant Christmas sleigh full of sharks to jump over another tank of sharks. Like the Doctor Who Christmas special. Every time I see like Portal 2 go by on the side of a bus or Doctor Who, I take credit for that secretly. Like, you're welcome, regular community. Welcome to the geekhood. I love that everyone out there is playing video games, and half of America now knows Batman is secretly Bruce Wayne, and most of Americans can tell you Iron Man's secret identity. I'm on those Robert Downey Jr. Nice try. At least you stayed awake through it. Have some Golden Girls to prep you.
Horrible.
Can't do that joke no more. So, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Thank you, both of you. Oh. Wait, for my tech guys. See if we invite you back next year. Or as the new movies would do, Ava 2.0 Gurren Lagann. Neon Genesis Evangelion is something I've never seen before with the giant robots. It's a 15-year-old not gung-ho about piloting the robot. He's actually terrified of running the robots, but it also features one of the greatest fathers in anime history. Gendo Ikari is such a terrible father, he makes Hohenheim from Full Metal Alchemist look like Danny Tanner from Full House. That is the most esoteric reference I've ever met in my life. That's TGIF and Japanese anime.
That's actually my favorite.
For this. I'm scared too. Just the introduction to Shinji and his father Gendo. They've been separated for like 3 years. His son has been abandoned by his father, and he finally gets to meet him after 3 years. Hi, son. Happy birthday. Didn't think I'd get you anything, but oh look behind you, snap giant robots! They're the new hot thing. They're like the new Power Rangers or that Pokemon you guys are obsessed with.
Oh, God.
You don't like it? Do you know how much a 60-story tall robot costs, Daddy? Well, I wish you were adopted. Okay, stop. Please stop crying. Oh my God, stop crying. Don't make me look bad in front of you. Alright, come over here, killer. So, Shinji, it's only the first episode, but do you remember that giant alien that survived taking a nuclear warhead to the face? Yeah, it's fine. It's Daddy's job to kill the alien. It also happens to be, get this, bring your son to work day. So guess how you're going to help Daddy. Don't try running. I've locked the doors already. Stop crying. Look, it's very simple. Now, the system's a bit buggy. Anyone we try to put inside the robot, it either devours or digests. I didn't know we gave it intestines, but okay. It's very simple. We're going to put you in the cockpit, which is a dark metal tube. We're going to fill it with water, so you're going to be drowning for a little bit. But you get used to it. We got a wonderful little latex swimsuit with matching hair clips. You're going to look adorable. And then if this PDF I'm reading is even remotely correct, we're going to screw you into the back of the robot skull. So you're going to be upside down, drowning in a dark metal tube. Swimsuit matching hair clips. And then I need you to take the robot outside. Kill the alien. We don't care how you do it. Just get the job done. Try not to die. Bring the robot back to Daddy because the robot is expensive. So you got that dark metal tube drowning in the dark. Kill the alien. Don't die. Bring the robot back to Daddy. And we will have ice cream. Stop crying. Get in the robot. I know it smells like your mother.
Oh! That's not nice.
That's what I love about Pokemon is that it's young kids fighting with little animals. It combines everything that we love about Japan with everything we love about Mexico. Collecting card games and cockfighting.
Oh no!
It's just a brilliant day.
Racist.
Oh, man.
Can't do that joke because half of you are. I could have spawned half of you, to be honest, which is terrifying to think about. You are evil, dude. You want me to spoil all the 6-year-olds. Parents are going to be explaining to them on the car ride home. He didn't mean that. It means jellies and hot dogs. No, don't go to that website he mentioned. Give me a DVD now. We'll just break that. There are so many big shows that I love. The popular shows that come over to America. For Gaijin. The big shows that come over, I destroy that later. The big shows that come over, they run into the same problem of anything in an American show. When it gets too popular, it goes on for way too long. They stretch it too thin. It's no longer something that people like. We think that, oh my God, dude! I ruined those 6-year-old hecklers yesterday. What do you think I'm going to do to you? You are of age where I could smack you down.
That's supposed to be a
Here's the fact of the matter. You take a show and it goes on for too long. It's like this golden cap. It this cash cow, and the industry knows about it. For example, the first couple of episodes of this show that's super popular around the cosplay was Bleach. I loved Bleach. The first 16 episodes of Bleach, I was ready to invest into, because Bleach was, it set itself up to be like urban high schoolers' Ghostbusters. I was so ready for that! But that's not what happened. Whatsoever.
It just went down.
Episode 1 and 2.
It just went down.
It dropped.
Don't worry about
It
it.
was this cash cow. We handed it to the industry. We handed it to this fan. Here's this great cow that produces this amazing milk. You're going to love this. And everyone loved the milk. Everyone was making milkshakes from the cow. Everyone was talking about Bleach. But then it started to run for way too long. The writer got tired, so it was like skim milk. So it's not really the same, but it's enough. We all still remember the first couple episodes, so we'll give it another season. We'll just pop it another season. But then the cow ran dry. So it was just exuding blood. So they pushed the cow over. They had these long, drawn-out fights in Bleach, because it's all about people with swords who gloat but don't actually fight. So what did they do with the cow? They cut it open and they sold it off to the butcher. So fan artists got their hand on it. They started making video games and spin-offs and what have you. And the fans jumped into it like a bunch of piranhas tearing apart the stomach of this cow. So we made a bunch of spin-offs. We made musicals. We made books. We re-released the first novel. We novelized the first couple of volumes of the comic book. We made a comic book novelization of the musical On Ice. No one even knows we wrote the second short life of Bree Tanner. No one even knows what this show is about anymore. So we're left with just the skin of the cow, which is black and white. So the cosplayers strip it apart and they just make costumes out of that. Because it's black and white, they don't know the difference anyway. So now we just have the skeleton of the cow, just lying down. We just have the bones of the cow. So we picked it up and we started putting funny voices into it. We made a bridge series. We made an American dub of this Japanese cartoon. We took the bones and we carved it up and then we made it into swords and we sold it out to the bookstores. And then we took the swords and we made them into masks because it's Bleach. Everyone takes their masks and they make it into swords, and the swords get made into masks. And you don't care anymore. So it's like 300 episodes. It's maybe 400 volumes of manga at this point, and there's nothing left of the cow. Nothing is left of the original series that you fell in love with. There's no Bleach. There's just all these dried cow patties lying around. You're just wading through trying to find something that you like about it, and you ask yourself, what happened last time? What did Naruto do? What did Dragon Ball Z do when it was just stretched so thin it was no longer good anymore? Bleach GT.
Nice.
It's what happened.
That was amazing.
Now they have Dragon Ball
I'm going to be doing an event called the Steampunk World Fair in a couple of weeks. Steampunk World Fair is a lot of fun. Steampunk, you can find it online. There were a couple of cosplayers walking around yesterday. They had the idea of a future in the Victorian era, all powered by steam. Today's technology, it's like yesterday's future, today. Basically, all it's doing is Burns writing. On drugs. I agreed to go down to the Steampunk World Fair, and I'm standing in New Brunswick, New Jersey, when the sun's about to go down. Don't ever do this. And a friend comes up. He's wearing a vest. He's got this enormous curved beard, and he's wearing a top hat with a watch in the center. How is it going to help him tell time? I don't know. But he gets on and says, "Come with me to an alternate path in southern New Jersey." Get into this guy's powder blue stanza or stand outside New Brunswick, New Jersey with the sun going down. What are my options? Stab myself in the head or the other head? So I get in the back of this dude's car, and in the back seat waiting with me is a mallet, and I'm kidding you not, about 4 sets of iron manacles.
Oh my god.
Handcuffs for the French Revolution.
Oh Jesus.
Rapture. So I'm dragged in to co-host the Queen of Steam costume competition. 20 minutes into this, I realized it's a drag queen competition. Oh, no, like, wow, steampunkers are really ugly and hairy, and they have, oh dear. It was like Jules Verne meets the Rocky Horror Picture Show. That was terrifying. It's so creative. That's what I love about cosplayers. That's what I love about all of the conventions, that everyone will take one idea and merge it into something else. One guy at the Steampunk World Fair had a working sewing machine in his hat, and at the end of Sunday, blood all over his hands. What the hell, ow? Another woman made her ball gown out of a parachute. Which, how do you prove that? She took her brooch, she pulled the string, let it go, and her back panel flips down, and embroidered and stitching it reads, "I sewed this from a parachute." Maybe 100 times that weekend she ended up doing that. That was that was just an amazing event. It's why I love going around to the video game convention. It's why I love hosting this. We'll be doing the cosplay fashion show later today, way down in the white tent. Just take your time to enjoy this. This is the most beautiful day of the year. We are grateful to have this. It's grateful to just have the cherry blossoms out. It's grateful that no parent is covering their child's ear at this point. You're just praying it goes over your head. This is good. This is a very good thing.
Nice.
Can't do that. None of you listen to Korean pop.
I do.
Both of you do. If you watch enough Korean pop, you start to realize they all look exactly the same.
Yes.
But like the men and the women. When you're watching videos and they're doing the significant dance, you're like, all right, I don't know what's going to happen because my pants are already around my ankles. I got to know, am I going to feel guilty about this or am I told to go on? They're all giving into this plastic surgery that's driving me crazy. They all have this plastic surgery in Asia. It takes a half an hour to do. They extend the eyes to make the eyes look even bigger. I was like, no. Dolls were modeled to look after people. It shouldn't be the other way around. So if you want to look American, start jogging in the middle of a rainstorm and dip a hot dog in peanut butter, for God's sake. If you want to look American, get fatter. Because some plastic surgeon over Korea said that this eye surgery in Korea is done just about as often as breast augmentation over in America.
Oh, geez.
And I said, why not both? Thanks, guys, for your support. Thank you, every man in this audience. That's not funny at all, honey.
Good job.
I know, you're all coupled up. You're all terrified of that. But they all look the same. They're like these gel Borg. All of them dancing in a cute little para, but it's just way too seductive for what you think is a 16-year-old, but may in fact be a 32-year-old. I don't know. It's Korea. They breathe through money.
Nice.
And that's my disappointing closure. You're all very welcome. Wow. I'm glad you guys came out to that, though. Thank you so much for coming out and showing your support. I'm enjoying that energy.
Aww.
We'll be playing them all around, just taking modern art sculptures, the death of the smiley face. Take that, Rorschach. It's a Watchmen reference. So please stick around. I have a very good friend coming up next. His name is Mr. Mario Bueno. Last year, he went to the largest anime convention in America and won, hands down, American Idol Anime Expo 2010. He is the sole owner and provider of Digital Era Entertainment. He's been doing cosplay, masquerade, singing longer than I have even known about anime. He's a cosplayer supreme. You will see him later today at the Cosplay Fashion Show. Please give it up for my very good friend, Mr. Mario Bueno.